I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm like, what's wrong? They say, Ricky, I'm sick. I say, what's wrong? I got art car fever. So I tell everybody, when I say art car, you say fever, art car.
Fever.
Art car.
Fever.
Yeah, baby. What's up, Hot Wheels? It's Rickey Polidore right here with you. Houston, Texas, the Bone Hard Heim Clark 77045. Welcome. Art is everywhere. The great Pablo Picasso said, every child is an artist. The challenge is continuing to be an artist once they grow up. And so it's removing that veil. Get out of your skin, be yourself. It's all about finding things within you to show your creativity and enjoy the art. Art cars are a fabric of Houston. They're all over the place. And it's not necessarily the art cars that we build for the art car parade. Every owner of a car that remakes it or puts candy stripes or slabs or rims, everyone has their own way of expressing themselves. What makes an art car is when the person driving it steps out and says, hey, what do you think about my art car? We've got one and only, worldwide, the first ever Houston art car slab. Made by the community of Hiram Clark, her Mezelac. Not a fourth wheel, not a fifth wheel, but a baker's dozen, baby. We've got 13 wheels on this thing. The secret to success in the art car world is to barbecue, right? You tell your family, yo family, I'm barbecuing today. Everyone come over and get something to eat. And then when they come over, I've got a paintbrush and a paint can. Wait, Stephanie here, right? Look, here she goes, look. So she said, cuz, let me get on it.
I started this, painting this, and then I looked up and I realized, oh, this looks like a lion face in the front of the car, which ties into the rest of the theme. I saw, we got the Congo, the other animals. It's just a natural instinct, and it's kind of like, it's whatever you're feeling at the moment. And he kind of just gives us creative range, and he's like, whatever you're feeling, just
do it.
He literally just hands you the paint and the paintbrush.
See ya, and then I go do something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Exactly what she was thinking is exactly what the car wanted to be, and all I can do is applaud because we're doing it together. So it's about family building, it's about community building. But what's great about it is when they leave, I touch her. I do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it again when they go, but I be trying not to say nothing. Becoming an art educator, I was at a school, man, right in the middle of the community, in Sunnyside, right? Where everything is hard. Living is hard, breathing is hard. When I walked in, there was kids sitting in the front office that they just had a fight, you know what I'm saying? So she was like, you ready for this? And I'm like, that was me. I was that kid. I know what stopped me from fighting. I was fighting myself. I learned what the creativity could do. So I knew that was my art therapy. So why not share this with the students that I'm working with right now? Yeah, it was a tough environment. I walked in with my mindset of I'm going to infuse this community with creativity and honor. It was the honor that I wanted that community to have. When you have nowhere else to gain honor, why not create a work of art or create something that you can say, I made this thing. This object came from my brain and it is now physical that I can share with the world. As an art teacher, I was able to see this kid grow their first tooth and lose their first tooth. And you know what we did with those teeth? We didn't put them under the pillow, we put them on the car, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's what art is all about. And now it's like, hey, look at my tooth, it's on the car. And it's just chomping down the block, baby, chomping down the block.
I was a troublemaker when I was a kid, and I got some slack gave to me from doing some really rough stuff. I was starting fights. I was just headed down a really, really bad road. I didn't have a very good influence growing up. I got a really big opportunity when I was a kid from my art mentor, Karen Chillman. Some people reached out and said, hey, if there's any kids you see with some potential, we want to pay for them to go to your art camp. And they sent me and my brother, my little sister, and I learned color theory there. I learned geometry there, and it sparked, man. I knew that this was me, like it was everything for me. And I've been running ever since. Creativity can be pretty harsh to the people around you sometimes, to have this full commitment and be like so obsessed to go, I don't care what you think. I think I'm right. I do, man. And I believe if you are an artist and don't have those legs to stand on, throw your paintbrushes in the trash, man. You don't have a perspective. Speak your perspective, live it. And when people tell you no, don't sleep on that. Swallow it, digest it, and come back and prove them wrong. That's why I'm here today. And I did just that.
When you're growing up in school and your mind is so free and you have all this space for creativity, and what stifles you is all those pressures around you, because you're always labeled as that kid. You have to walk in a certain way. You have to button all your buttons on your shirt. Sometimes I just want to break all the buttons off of my shirt and wear it as is, maybe tie a little knot just because it's fun. When those students grow up, they grow up with a sense of confidence because they've been breaking social barriers the entire time they've been in school. When they continue to work and they hone in their craft, the barrier releases itself and it becomes a crown. It becomes a tiara.
You actually are coming from a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, I'm coming from a therapy.
Yeah, we went to a therapist appointment and we were driving by and they're like, look at the cool cars. And I was like, y'all want to stop? And you know, they're so nice too. They're so friendly and they made them feel like so included and excited about it all, which is really good. He often feels like excluded from his peers. He doesn't always fit in. So to have that community where he knows, you know, I fit in here, they feel the same way I do, they think the same way I do, it's really good for him.
You say you walk around, you pick up a piece of scrap, you look at it, it may be nothing. I was a piece of scrap. I was nothing.
Why do you say that?
Well, because I wasn't conventional. You know what I'm saying? I didn't do what everyone else was doing. I didn't say what everyone else was saying. But somebody picked me up. So the hope is always there. And actually, the hope now is now belief. Because now I believe that it can happen for everyone because it happened for me. So when you talk about creativity, that's really what Hot Wheels and cars are all about. The only difference between a man and a boy is the price of his toy.